You guys ready for French Lick?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
As soon as I wake up.
Right. Starting on the edible.
Gotta go, baby.
Amen. Amen.
Ready to go do a pick?
We get there.
All right.
Get there. Gotta wake up first.
Me too.
I guess, boys are doing some shopping before.
Six bottles at a time, so that has something to do with the lead time, but we do have the lead time down from 4 to 6 months to 2 to 3 months.
Oh.
We leave stuff up at our rick houses. We keep our more sensitive mash bills down here, like our 4 grains, the buckwheat, wheated. Keep a lot of rye up at the rick house. It's just like pole barn style. They're exposed to all the elements up there. These barrels tend to gain proof, and the barrels at the rick house tend to lose proof, which you would think would be the opposite, but brandies are kept down here. All right.
An older style of apple brandy. This is what Black Horse in Southern Indiana was famous for. So Black Horse is Washington, Orange, Lawrence, Crawford, Harrison, and Perry counties, where between 1857 and 1914, there were 150 plus legal operational apple brandy distilleries in that 6-county region. So, much more in common with bourbon than it has with Calvados. Bigger, bolder, spicier, heavier, rounder, fattier.
That apple.
Here, these weren't eating apples. These were apples that were selected specifically to make brandy, and that's all they made.
The color differences. Wow.
Yeah. Which one was that? What number?
612. This one's almost 6 years old.
You have a dump bucket.
Oh, just throw it on the ground. It'll evaporate.
What's the number on this one?
612.
Red wine barrels, French oak. Then they went to Mexico and had tequila in them. And then we've completely matured this apple brandy in this barrel. So, and the proof on that went in at 138, so you're probably in the low 140s. Resolve a lot of, it's not really a fault, but again, like the finish that he picks up is almost tan, it got picked up as almost like sassafras or like root beer. And it's what it is, that eucalyptus note / horehound candy, and it just has not had enough cold weather to pull it back and expand.
One 146.
It's in a used lease and clear battery.
It's in a used lease and clear barrel. Once.
Red wine, like
That's what.
Yeah, it's definitely got some. Yeah,
I can
hanging on the glass.
Sorry, that
it definitely has wine. It also has some smoke to it from where they recharge that. And
It
all,
almost smells like it could have been a cat barrel.
yeah, it almost needs in the pound smoke.
It does have smokiness to it.
I
Yeah.
do get some palindrome notes. Same, the smoked.
Oh wow.
It's a-
Charring. If I get Brettanomyces, sometimes I'll leave it, sometimes I'll rechar it. But these were clean when they came in, and they had all that agave character, so I didn't do anything to them. I just got off the truck and filled them immediately. So I'm glad you guys came and wanted to do apple brandy, because we haven't been into this stuff yet this year. So it gives me an idea of where we're at. I'll be honest with you, like I mentioned earlier, because we didn't have a real cold winter, the apple brandies are all showing better than the bourbons right now. Okay. I just didn't get enough of that cold weather in the wintertime to get what I wanted out of the bourbon. So They're coming along now, but they're about a month and a half, 2 months behind where I'd expect them to be this time of the year. So this is the first year in what, 4 or 5 years we haven't had a polar vortex, right? We had like a week of cold weather, and that was pretty much it. So, but I think they're struggling to compensate a little bit still yet. We also can get a lot of storm systems through the springtime moving stuff around. You know, so barrels they roll over whenever the weather changes. So we didn't get that this year, and so we're suffering for it a little bit this year. That's part of the trick of what we're trying to do in making Black Forest style brandy. So the traditional way it was made here in the Black Forest was they didn't press apples. They would grind the entirety of the apple up, seeds and everything, throw that into a fermentation vessel with limestone water, cook it off, let it ferment, and then distill that. So we take some extra steps during fermentation, particularly during distillation when we're making our cuts, to make sure that we get a wider representation of what an apple is, because that old-fashioned way of doing it gave you like the skin, the seeds, all those flavor compounds.
I think the seeds will make it a little bitter.
So they do, and people get worried about it because they think that apple seeds have proto-cyanide in them, but in order to right, because it's more volatile, so we want to hold on to as much of that apple as we can, and keep the liquid basically from micro-oxidizing all the time. So typically we'll go into a barrel at exactly still approved, which is going to be 134 to 136 in general. And under this warehouse, we evaporate more, but we get higher. So we'll jump through 7, 8, 9, 10.
What's the number?
Pretty easily in 3 or 4 years in this warehouse. So.
What he's drilling now, this is a Solomon Scott that went into a traditional 3-gallon barrel.
So Solomon is
That's all we get.
Oh, here. Solomon Scott's rye whiskey, 60% rye. After that, it came out of that barrel, went on empty on chips. As everybody said earlier, empty are really heavy, too much. So after it was on empty on, we put it back into a duo barrel, and it's been sitting.
Ended up choosing 2 different brandy barrels. One was fully matured in a Lee W. Sinclair barrel. The other one was finished in a wine barrel. This pick day experience is unmatched. Thanks again to the team at Spirits of French Lick for having us.